Happy Friday fight night to all you tactical moms and dads out there and non-parents. I'd like to welcome you back to another episode of the Tactical Everyday Dad, as well as tonight being the very first TED Friday fight night. Tonight's main event is a middleweight bout between, in the red corner, the Microtech Ultratech, and in the blue corner, the Guardian Tactical Recon 035. Let's check it out. Tonight's fighters are, in the red corner, the Microtech Ultratech, hailing from Fletcher, North Carolina, USA. Overall length 8.5 inches. Blade length 3.44 inches. Blade thickness 0.13 inch. Blade steel is M390. However, you can get it in LMAX or 204P. Blade shape or style is Tanto, DLC coated with satin finish on the high friction areas. The handle length is 4.675 inches. Pocket clip is ambidextrous for left or right carry. Tip down only. However, it is not deep carry and is held in place by the included glass breaker. Overall weight 3.2 ounces. And then we have in the blue corner the Guardian Tactical Recon 035, hailing from Emporium, Pennsylvania, USA. Overall length 7.75 inches. Blade length 3.375 inch. Blade thickness 0.75 inch. Blade steel LMAX. Blade shape or type Tanto. This one is in the dark stonewash finish. Handle length 4.375 inch. This pocket clip is right hand carry only, tip down only, not a deep carry pocket clip. This one doesn't have a glass breaker per se, but there is a small protrusion that has a lanyard hole that in emergency situations you can use as a glass breaker. However, I do not know how effective it will be. Overall weight 3.81 ounces. So these aren't true unboxings, but I wanted to kind of give you an idea of what the knives come in. The Microtech comes in the nice black box with the embossed logo. Nice little pamphlet. Kind of explains the knives, how the double action and single action works, welcoming to the Microtech family, registration and warranty information. Knife comes in a bag, with a caution sharp edge sticker, and who was inspected by. Their initials are right there for you. This one is my EDC. It has the TED logo engraved on there. Guardian Tactical comes in this nice gray box. Not really a fancy one, just kind of simple. I like it though. Very nicely cushioned with foam. Caution sharp edged in there, and kind of like a warranty card. All right, so there is kind of the size comparison for you when it comes to these two knives next to each other. As you see, the handle length, the Ultratech is way longer. When we go to the pocket clip, I'm going to put it right where both would sit on your pants. The Microtech is going to be a lot longer. Both have the respective brands kind of billboarding all over it. I don't like that for either of these, but that's another story in itself. On the Guardian, there's that lanyard hole I was talking about where you could use it as a glass breaker because it does kind of protrude out a little bit, but I am not 100% on how effective that would be. And then on the Ultratech, there is the glass breaker for that guy. Guardian is going to be a little bit more girthier, while the Ultratech is a little more slender. From the top, the profiles are very, very similar. The actual rail for the button itself is the same length. As you see on the Guardian, the shininess is that aluminum plate where the ball bearing sits. So this action is a little bit easier than the Ultratech, but not by much. They're still comparable. Not as aggressive jimping as the Ultratech, so I don't mind this, but some folks won't like this because it's such a very, very textured feeling. It will bite some fingers, but I got some tough thumbs, so whatever. Ultratech has jimping here as well on the body, right where my fingers sit. So it's the perfect placement. As right now I'm sweating and my hands don't feel like they're gonna fly out when I'm activating that. On the Guardian, there is actually no jimping or no texturing whatsoever except for the button. So, but there is these nice kind of little indents here where your fingers actually lie perfectly. So again, my fingers are kind of sweaty right now, and that didn't feel like it was moving anywhere. Some guys, once it's activated, you know, you can use these two jimpings on the body itself as a grip if you would like. They kind of give you more of a you know, concrete handle on the knife. But this little choil, I'll call it, here with the jimping of the button just pressing forward, you're already having a solid grasp. And again, to compare it again, jimping here, here, right back here, and then the button itself. So my index finger, my middle finger, I'm sorry, my ring finger and my pinky fit exactly right on those. Perfect. And it's slender enough where this is a comfortable grip for the knife itself. Let's check the coatings out. So there is the blade. They are identical. The Ultratech itself is probably a 0.1 inch longer because it's 3.44, and then this guy is 3.375. It's not even. It's a 0.05 inch longer. However, the width of the blade is slightly deeper for the Recon, as you see there. It's slightly bigger. The grind lines on the Recon are pretty sweet right there in the tip compared to just your kind of usual Tonto grind on the Ultratech. I actually prefer the grind on the Recon just because it's pretty cool looking. So the Recon has the dark stone wash, while the Ultratech has the DLC coated. However, the high friction points are satin, as you see there. So these are the spots that will touch the inside of the handle. There, and there. So I kind of like that. They do have a full DLC coating, but not many have it. I like this better. Like I said, it's aesthetically, it's really cool, and at the same time it keeps it perfect because those areas will be rubbing in and out as you use this as an everyday carry. So there's kind of our size up of the fighters for tonight. Let's get into the main event and see how they hold up against one another. Your everyday jeans, wear a size large glove, plenty of room in the pocket. Your everyday golf shorts, your everyday basketball or athletic shorts, all right, both fighters are ready. First up, the single layer Amazon box. Both look like they're doing very well. Easy cuts, smooth, flimsy cardboard though. Double layer, Home Depot style box. Nice. Both look to do very, very well. Guardian taking a little longer. .550 paracord. Let's see how this does. Guardian looks like a little bit smoother stroke-wise when the Microtech doesn't quite cut it as quickly. Still cuts though. Different size zip ties. Both seem to not have any issues with this whatsoever. Everyday water or milk jug. Great penetration on the punch there. Good push cuts on both. Your genuine leather. Guardian's grind looks a little bit more effective in this task. Easier time cutting the 5 pieces of the leather off the belt. All right, the seatbelt test. Oh, did you guys catch that? Let's see that in a slow-mo real quick. So the Microtech cleanly cuts it while the Guardian lifted the harness for the seatbelt up. All right, before we can do the final tally of the points, we have a few more pros and cons to go over both of these guys. Both performed very well in the testing. There was some tests that one or the other did better than the other one on, but we'll go over that momentarily here. Both are built very well. Great tolerances for both knives. Both handles are made of T6061 aircraft aluminum. So they're both very light, yet very, very durable. So we got a few things to kind of point out. So a lot of people point out blade rattle when it's in the closed position. So let's see. Holding the button down and shaking the knife, who makes more noise? All right, that's the Guardian. Now the Ultratech. Again, the Guardian. Ultratech. There is the blade inside in the case there. And the Guardian Tactical, you can very, very distinctly hear the blade rattling. You cannot hear anything moving inside of the Ultratech. But now, button rattle. Ultratechs have a complaint throughout the years that even though it's a great knife and has awesome tolerances, this button still rattles. So, we're holding the knife. Guardian first, side to side. Okay. Ultratech, side to side. Guardian again. Ultratech. Ultratech is way louder. Now up and down. It doesn't rattle. It's almost actuating the knife. Ultratech. Guardian. Ultratech. The button rattles more on the Ultratech than the Guardian. All right, now with the blades out, Guardian, Ultratech, Guardian, Ultratech. Way more blade play side to side, shaking it on the Recon. The Ultratech still has blade play, however, not as much. Do that again. That's very, very close. But the Guardian has more side to side than the Ultratech, and they both have a very similar up and down. Coating. The Guardian has the dark stone wash, so you can't even tell if anything happened to it. But if you catch the light just right, you can see from here to here is where there's a little bit of smearing or marring of the coating here as well. There to there is where it was tested. On the Ultratech, you have to catch a light as well. There to there. Right, if you can catch it right, there we go. I'm pretty sure you can get right there too, here to there. I can probably get those out with a little bit of oil and a nice cleaning rag. So both held up pretty well for coating. And after carrying both these guys, as you can see just there, I'll explain it quickly here. In an emergency situation, sometimes you don't have your dominant hand. I'm righty, so my right hand is a strong hand. I can, shoot, write, eat, whatever, better with my right hand than my left hand. And there's some guys out there that have trained to be ambidextrous, and that's awesome, but not everybody on the planet can use both hands to the same strength and efficiency. So when it comes to emergency, I am a big proponent, preparer of being in an emergency. I always have to think about if anything is going to aid me, I want to have that one that helps me more in an emergency situation. So I've carried this guy the longest. I love it. It actuates good in my right hand with my left hand. I have a tougher time actuating as fast as the right hand. Guardian. Now left hand. Not much of a difference. I can still do the same. In emergency, I'd rather have the Guardian if I have to use my left hand over my right hand. But again, that's a preference for you guys watching out there. I want to be able to actuate the knife efficiently with both hands. Some guys will sacrifice that, but some wouldn't. Pocket clips, as you saw in the pocket checks. I'm sorry, that took a second for me to say. This does stick out further, the Ultratech over the Recon, because of the glass breaker. So it's up to you if you don't care that much of the knife sticks out compared to just here. I love to have the glass breaker, but in some situations, when people see that sticking out of your pocket, they know what that is. When they see that, it's kind of like, what is that? Both great knives. Both excellent carries. I love both of these. But there has to be one champion. So, let's go see who they decided.
After a close fight of 9 points to 8, the middleweight champion for OTFs is Guardian Tactical Recon 035. Points awarded: Pocket Clip, Recon. Glass Breaker, Ultra. 4 Full Finger Grip, Ultra. Lease Button Rattle, Recon 035. Lease Blade Rattle Closed, Ultra. Leased Blade Rattle Open, Ultra. Blade Action, Recon. Button Jimping, Recon. Body Jimping, Ultra. Handle Ergonomics, Ultra. Coating, Ultra. Concealment, Recon 035. Grind, Recon. Weak Hand Opening, Recon. Cardboard Cutting, Tie. Paracord, Recon. Zip Ties is a tie. Leather Belt, Recon. Seat Belt, Ultratech.